Hi, welcome to
Fram
Corn Squith with Sam Cornforth.
and Fred Asquith.
Thanks very much. You did it right. All right. So thanks for coming. This is what do we say at the start?
This is episode 5.
This is a lifestyle chat and comedy podcast about us two, our lives and our thoughts.
Yeah.
Fair?
Fair enough, Harry Muff.
Okay. Today, I'd like to talk, you know what, I'm just going to be more natural. I'd like to talk about relationships and dating.
Yeah.
Sorry, were you?
Yeah, that is perfect with me. I knew that was coming.
Did you?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to... cool. So, we're living in London, us two. I've been in London for 7 years. How long have you been in London?
Nearly 9. 9 now.
Really?
Yeah, a long time.
You must have been like 12 when you arrived.
No, 18, 19? Nearly 10 years.
Fucking hell. What? Oh my God. That's actually really... So you've been like... You're a legend of the dating scene in London.
No.
No?
Awful. Awful.
Why? I mean, that's a good place to start.
I have been in relationships my entire adult life. I've had about 3-year relationships. So about 10 years I've been in relationships. A decade nearly.
Fucking
And I'm
hell.
28.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
Wow. Right, so you are really only recently on the dating scene then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And how has that transition felt to you?
Good. So I am a very different person to how I was 10 years ago when I started being in relationships.
Tell us how.
I will. I feel like I need to lay down on a chaise longue.
I'm really liking the vibe, yeah.
I, career-wise, financially, I'm in a much happier place than I've ever been in my life, which is
tell us why.
Such a nice thing. When I came to London, I was immediately in a deep overdraft.
Depression?
Depression, nearly.
Depression.
I think I nearly was. My first house in London was mouldy. I would go to bed. There's black mold that grew every morning. I had to wet wipe it off.
Oh.
My rent was like £200 because it was a mouldy house that was falling apart. I actually set on fire when I left.
Okay.
It was hell. So I came to London, paid for this course for 2 years out of mine and my family's pocket. Love them to pieces. I will pay them back eventually.
Not paying them back?
No.
What?
No, I need to. I do need to.
Fucking hell.
But didn't have a student loan, in an overdraft, working 40 hours a week with this theatre company and then doing managed a cafe at the same time. So it was a lot, very stressed, smoked a lot, drank a lot on shifts. And now fitness is my forte and I love making stupid videos.
Yeah, so you're feeling happier and a different person was what
Yeah,
you're saying.
100%. 100%.
Okay. So do you think if you were dating back then, you would have just been
Useless.
shit at it, really?
Because I would not have been able to afford dating how I would like to date. I would have felt inferior if someone was like constantly having to, I don't know, like I would be hesitant to do anything because I couldn't afford anything.
Yeah. Would it be fair to say...
Go on.
Would it be fair to say that dating shouldn't be about the money and how much is being spent on it, but that it is a bit about that?
It's just nice to not think about that.
So, for example, I went on a lovely date last week.
Nice.
And
tell me about it.
It was lovely because of the company.
Yeah.
And because it was just a nice evening with nice chat, right? It was also lovely because we went to nice places. But it's almost like tacky to acknowledge that, isn't it? Like if we'd have gone to a pub, we would have had just as nice a time, but it would have felt different. And why is that? Like, surely dating should just be dating. You're with the same person. You know what I mean?
Well, some of the best dates I've ever had are just like either training together or just to go getting a takeaway coffee and going for a walk in like Battersea Park.
True.
Like,
Yeah.
I feel like they're the more meaningful and memorable dates for me. But it's nice to. I'm the least bougie person ever. I don't spend money. I only spend money on food.
That's
you know
so
that.
funny you're saying that. He's so bougie. When you go out and you get a few drinks down him, he doesn't stop being bougie.
It's bad. Like the guy, mate, the no spray, no lay men in the toilets love me. Because
they
any
see
time of year. Have you got family? Oh yeah. Have you got kids? Yeah. It's 30 quid.
Mate, they see him coming.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. They spot you from a mile off because they see that I'm not catching eye contact
No.
because I
Or
just
washing your hands.
or washing my hands. Yeah, who cares? But they got your hook, line, and stinker, mate. And
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about your face. I just feel like it's very uh, influenceable.
Influential.
No, I think you can just. If I was one of those guys, I would be like, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'm
get
really
him.
bad for it.
I'm gonna get him.
And this isn't to say, again, this isn't a flex because I have had no money my entire life. Like I've grown up with no money.
Mm.
And it's not like I've got cash now. It's just that
I mean,
I'm not going month to month, hand to mouth. Like I've lived a decade more of my life where you get to the end of the month and I'm further into the overdraft. And then I come a little bit out when I get paid. Then I go back in and I try and see how like shallow I can stay in my overdraft. But I was in an overdraft for like 13 years. So this is the first time I've ever out of an overdraft, which is mental for me because I'm just making stupid videos.
Yeah. So you're like at a good level of personal wealth, and you feel comfortable with that, but you act like Floyd Mayweather when you're in.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. I'll be back in an overdraft in a year.
Yeah.
It's bad.
I am in an overdraft. Not that this is what the podcast is about, but I bought a house and I feel completely crippled. Yeah, this is my house. Yeah, bought these pictures. No mold. Clean the mold.
Yeah.
If you ever have mold, don't go to a mold cleaning service because I went to it twice. Came to a total of £1,200. They got rid. It came back. What actually fixed it was buy your own fucking mold spray from Dettol, £5. Get an extractor fan in the problem room that's actually good. So my bathroom had an extractor fan, but now I've got a dehumidifying extractor fan.
Oh yeah.
Never comes back. Don't pay the money for the professional service.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so I wasted that really. Anyway.
So no, dating, I wouldn't say you need money, but it's just a nice feeling to pick up a bill, even though that's like, it should always be split. And like, there's so much like people argue for and against that until the fucking world ends.
Well, go on, give me your opinion.
I like paying.
I like paying. It
makes me feel nice. Not because I'm like, I'm the man here. I'm just like, it's like a gift. I'm giving you a gift.
Yeah,
so I like it.
I feel like when I go on a first date, you're both going like half and half on what is a risk, really. You might not like each other if you don't know each other. And so I see it just like taken as read, like you're just going to split that first date. And I don't really ever sway from that because when are you going to be in a situation where it's an expensive first date? You're always just going to go for a coffee.
Agreed.
You know what I mean? So it's whatever. When by the time you get to like 3, 4, 5, if you're really liking them, it's so lovely to pay. But I think the thing is that can go both ways.
Yeah.
So like, I love doing it. I just don't think. I think that should be something that you receive back. It doesn't necessarily happen like that. But yeah,
I had someone the other day actually pay for a meal.
Oh.
And it didn't like. I didn't feel less masculine. I didn't like feel like.
Yeah.
I was just like, that's such a lovely thing.
Yeah. But when she paid for it, she patted you on the head and went, there you go.
Yeah. Like and held my hand from the front and walked me out.
Thank you.
Come on, let's go.
Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I want to just put a pin in. I want to talk about later making breakfasts for people that you're seeing.
Okay, good.
But I feel like we have some more stuff to mine about like the dating inception.
So Fred, you're kind of the opposite of me.
Well,
you've had a long-term relationship.
I have. I think you just didn't meet me when I was doing my relationship thing.
Okay. How long have you been in your adult life? Have you been in a relationship?
Multiple? Okay, so in my adult life since I turned 18, I would say probably at least half of that.
Really?
Yeah, but I think that's fair. That's a fair balance. I feel like I'm like thinking about what I'm saying because I'm seeing someone right now who I really like. So if you're watching it, hi. But I just want to be like clear that like I think I'm a relationship orientated person. But they've all been pretty bad, I think is what it is. Like I haven't really had a very long-term relationship. I've had a few medium term. I'm talking like a year.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Would you say that's medium term?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. A lot of my friends have been in relationships have been like 6 months to 10 months or 11 months and got the ick, or they've got the ick of them.
Yeah.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah.
Have you ever been in love?
Oh, it's really hard to answer that because I think in hindsight the answer is no.
Oof. They're not going to be watching this, are they?
No. I mean, like, have I ever felt in love?
Yeah.
At the time, I would say yes.
Mm.
Now I would say no.
Interesting.
But is that because I'm biased now because I hate their guts? Maybe. I don't hate their guts. I think just like you can get whipped up in. I think love. I think love is a very complex issue because, like, I'm watching Love Island at the moment.
Yeah.
These cunts are saying I love you after 4 days.
Yeah.
So I think it's complex because you can forge a bond that feels like love with a lot of people just by spending a lot of time with them.
True.
I love you to bits.
Yeah, I love you too.
Do you know what I mean? And I think that's fake, and I don't think that's actually what love
this is fake.
This is fake. This isn't real.
I love you. That's fucking fake. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, it's like you can manufacture love. It's almost like artificial love, just because like you're on the same uni course as them.
You're in the bubble.
Yeah, or you work with them and you just see them all the time. You know,
and it's an infatuation. You like.
Yeah.
If there's sexual chemistry, if you fancy them, they fancy you. If someone tells you they like you and you like them back, the immediate next step in your mind is, when do we say the L word?
I know, yeah, it's for sure. It's so no, I don't think I've ever properly been in love because I'm lucky to have parents who are massively in love.
Yeah,
and I've never felt the way that they've felt. What happened to you?
Mine are divorced. Thanks for bringing it up, Fred.
Right, sorry about that. So you don't really know what love is?
No, or parents.
What are you going off? I haven't got a clue.
No.
Have you ever been in love, or you feel like it?
Yes,
you have.
Yeah.
Okay, tell me about it.
And it was first girl.
Got to sit up so everyone knows I'm taller than you.
I feel like again. I feel like I sound like fucking Ewan McGregor from Moulin Rouge.
Oh yeah.
Like, love is a very splendid thing. But
you do well in that role.
That is, I didn't say it last podcast. Watch that one. But About Time / Ewan McGregor in Moulin Rouge.
Yeah.
He can't really sing. Not very like
my gift is my soul.
I watched it last night.
Yeah,
I watched it last night.
On your date.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Well, cute.
That's nice.
So love is a many splendid thing. Love lifts you up. No, but I have definitely. I feel like every girlfriend I've had, there's been an element of love. My first girlfriend, I was fucking head over heels. Like,
is that lust?
I think it was almost naivety, in that I'd never slept with anyone else before her. We both lost our virginities with each other. It felt like a fucking Pixar film in that it was like perfect, like, you know, like Up, you know, the big intro of Up when they like meet, doing the same courses, and then they like fall in love.
Did you cry at that?
Oh, I cried so much. I still married life. That song.
No wonder with your divorced parents, though.
Yeah, it's unmarried life. Yeah. Thankfully, my dad didn't fly off in a balloon house.
Oh, thank God.
Just went to the north, which is worse.
Yeah.
But first girlfriend, head over heels, broke my heart.
Oh, how long were you with her for?
2.5 years, just under 3. Came over a week before Christmas, and just at the front door, can't do this anymore. Left, killed me, absolutely killed me. All right,
right at your front door,
killed me. My mum remembers that day of me, my chin from like J from in between us.
Never watched it, but I get it.
He does that.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. And Mum was like, "You're right, Sam." She came downstairs. I'm like,
yeah. Let's talk about breakups. This is great.
Yeah.
So that killed you, and like, how long did it take you to recover from that?
So I did 1.5 years at the drama school. After that, kind of refinding myself,
just furiously wanking,
furiously with a moldy wall, and then had a new girlfriend, and again we were on the same course. I think we loved each other, but again, it's hard to tell. A bit of a blur because we were on the same course, so it was difficult. Again, that bubble makes you feel like there's no one else in the world for you.
Yeah.
And then recently had a relationship, again, hard to tell as well because we're very much in the same bubble.
Yeah. It's the bubble thing that gets me.
Yeah.
I think there's a difference between loving someone, just like you can love a friend, but you can love someone a bit more than that romantically. There's a difference between that and being in love
Mm.
with them, like loving the relationship.
Yeah.
I think that's different. And just going back to the bubble thing, every single one of my relationships has had a bubble element.
Mm.
And the ones that haven't, the dating situations that haven't had a bubble element, have generally not gone far. Again, really enjoying who I'm seeing right now. But the relationships that I've had have been bubbles. So I've been like uni course, work, and lockdown was another bubble.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that, like I say, forges an artificial thing. I interrupted you. Sorry.
So my last relationship was kind of a COVID relationship from the
Mm,
beginning of COVID to the end of COVID.
yeah.
And I feel like we definitely loved each other, but we were towards the end. Again, I discussed this on a previous episode. We broke up for the right reasons, and now we're very good friends, and it's perfect because I do love her, and she knows I love her, but we became friends. We were best mates.
Are you concerned about that friendship kind of getting involved in future relationships?
No.
No.
We're still very good friends, and I think we want the best for each other.
Okay. Yeah.
Still train together, still do all that. It's lovely.
That's really nice. I didn't know you. Oh yeah, you're not in a group though. You don't like go together to train.
Oh, in like classes
In
and
a
stuff
class.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Got
nice.
you. I want to talk about. I'm just going to open these blinds. Cut. I feel like talking about our feelings or
It's
like
nice.
it. Yeah. So I want to talk about like the things that you do for dates, because like we talked about paying money for people that you're seeing and blah blah blah. Currently, I'm in a situation of like scaling up making breakfast for someone.
Nice.
Now, I want to know your perspective on this. I've never ever made breakfast for someone that I'm seeing ever. I've actually never made anything other than like a fucking fried egg sandwich. Literally.
The least sexy
Yeah.
of all sandwiches.
Like I've never done the whole like I'm cooking for you thing. Have you done that?
Yeah.
And you're good at it? You enjoy
No,
it?
I'm not a very good cook, but like
The gesture that counts.
like big dinners, like a roast, I feel like is a nice thing because it's not an easy thing to cook. There's so many
Yeah.
elements, and if you get it right, you fucking smashed it. It's a pat on the
Yeah.
back kind of vibe. Breakfast, I love. I think like you make French toast for someone and you bring it to the bed, like it's just nice.
So I feel like this is a big change for me coming towards my 30th birthday, which is in a few weeks, which you're invited to.
Yeah, I was invited 4 months ago.
On an iCal request. Fucking hell, I hate myself sometimes. This is a big thing for me because like I've realized I just want to be a better partner. I think it's come from the situation I had in lockdown where everything was so lazy. It was so like we're just hanging out and like whatever, there's nothing to do, let's get Deliveroo, that kind of thing. And I've come out of that and I'm like, I'm 29, I'm nearly 30. I really want the person that I'm seeing to see that I care about them. And I want them to see that in a tangible, physical way because I've never been like a gift or service guy. You know, there's love languages.
Yeah.
Never been that guy. But I am now. So the person who's seeing me now has looked out because I was shit before. So this was a huge thing for me, mate. I was really stressed.
Okay.
I literally was stressed about making this person a coffee.
Really?
Not the first time, but like when she was round on a Saturday or Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And I did it. And it was kind of shit. And like the milk was curdling at the top and like it was really awkward.
Shaking, giving it.
Yeah, literally, I was really stressed. I was like, so then the next time I made her a nice coffee, smashed it, right?
Yeah, nice.
And the next time I was like, right, I need to like get her something to eat.
It's like a Tamagotchi. She's
like,
dying.
She's not breathing. What's going on? So like, I felt like, oh god, she's like staying around at mine in the mornings, which I love, but I'm just not giving her food, and she hasn't mentioned it. So I was like, I need to get some food. So I was like, what do you like? She said fruit. So I got her some.
Made her a banana.
I got her some free pre-packaged Sainsbury's fruit pots, right?
Like the one I bought.
Yeah. Because I was like, okay, well that's my next step. And then after that, I was like, right, I need to actually make something now. She'd sent me a WhatsApp in the week about like her making herself some salmon, avocado, and egg on toast.
Ooh.
So I was like, I'm going to do it.
Nice.
So I've never smashed avocado before. I bought avocado in advance and I stood here like a fucking noob, smashing avocado, putting it on some toast, putting salmon on the avocado just so I could be like, yeah, you can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And then she came round.
Oh, you practiced?
I practiced.
That's so good.
I know. So she came round and I did it. And I was and looking back, I'm like, why was I proud of myself? Because it's the easiest thing to do ever. But this is just a big journey for me, right? And then the week after, I was like, I'm going to poach the egg.
Whoa.
I didn't do the egg the previous time. I was like, I'm going to poach the egg. I bought eggs on the Thursday, practiced, Googled it, made the whirlpool, plopped it in.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to be so expert at this that when she fucking comes over, she doesn't see me on my phone being like, oh,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Setting timers. I want to be stressing, yeah.
I wanted to eat the egg, digest the egg, and then we have sex on the remains.
Yeah. And you want to give her the plate and be like, oh, that thing, that was actually easy. Yeah. I do that every day. Yeah.
So and then on the Saturday morning, this was last Saturday, we're up to speed now. Whirlpool, just being very quiet. I said, just leave me, just watch the show, it's fine. She was here, I was over there. Whirlpool, plop the egg in. Perfect.
Really?
Absolutely perfect. And mate, I've never been shagged like it. I've never felt the things I felt that morning.
Really?
It was incredible. And I've now realised the value of like just doing shit.
Yeah, caring.
Yeah. Yeah,
caring.
A decent person. Yeah. It was perfect. Kind of ruined it because after I'd made hers, I was so relaxed.
Fucked yours.
I went and made my own.
Yeah.
And burnt the toast. The entire room was a smog.
And she's trying to enjoy her.
Yeah, she was like,
it's perfect.
Toast is bang. And I was like, oh shit. But anyway, yeah, it was great. Not quite clear why I told you that story. I hope you enjoyed it.
I liked it.
Just to say that it's a change for me.
So what would you say you're bad at if you were objectively to look at yourself, almost like a top trump?
Oh, yeah.
And your relationship stats, what would be bad?
Oh, let's do that. Yeah. So, can we do good ones first?
Go on then.
Yeah. So
massive cock, 99
massive
cock
dong tucked in my sock. Yeah. Good would be very attentive. I think.
Yeah, you are.
And like when I like someone.
You are.
When I like someone, I really like commit to liking them, and I enjoy that like process of getting to know them, and I enjoy the dating, and I think I'm a good listener. I think I'm good at like those types of bonding things.
Yeah.
How about you?
Good stuff.
Good stuff. Yeah.
I feel like I'm nice to be around. I feel like this is something I've learned to grow on and build within my own mind, in that only control what you can control and don't let things piss you off. I'm the most relaxed person ever. Like, if something doesn't go my way, well, we learn. And so like, I feel like with other people, I'm very good at being a shoulder to lean on if something goes bad for them.
Oh, good. Yeah.
Not that I can give the best advice, but I try.
Do you tend to attract people who are more scatty because you're so calm?
No, actually. I think my track record is quite like... Actually, funnily enough, my track record is people that are from families that are quite different to mine.
Oh, what do you mean?
I don't know why.
Yeah.
So my family are very much working class, like through the trenches when we were younger together, and like mum worked so many jobs. It's like almost like a single mum. A single mum. Didn't really see my dad. He was up north a lot. Speak to each other a lot, but like didn't really spend much time together. And the families that I'm involved with are normally from like people that are like still together, big houses. Like it's not intentional.
Yeah, but it's like that builds the character that you're attracted to in a way.
Yeah, interesting. So my good qualities, I think I'm a good listener. Like when I'm not in work mode, I feel like I am, and I feel like I remember details about people's stuff.
Yeah.
And I bloody love giving.
Ooh, in every way.
In that I enjoy, like Christmas time, birthday period, I enjoy nothing more than fucking smashing it.
Right.
Smashing it.
Right. And you mean in general?
Yeah, not them.
Yeah, I thought that's what you meant.
No, like smashing
Smashing
it.
it. Because you said period as well.
Did I?
Yeah, you said period.
When did I say period?
You said when they're on their period, didn't you? Did you say Christmas period?
Oh, sorry. When the
I was like,
Christmas
oh, God,
period
why are you
comes,
saying you
I'll
smashed-
smash
You
you.
smashed them on the period.
No, so like for example, if I'm with someone on a date and they mention something like you did with the salmon and the avocado,
Yeah.
I'll make a mental note of that, go to the bathroom at some point in the night, go on my notes, write their name, birthday, ideas, list for a year.
Mm,
And then I've got like a hierarchy of what's the
fucking
best.
hell.
And then I just surprise them with like, oh, tickets, this, that.
Oh, that's
Not in like a fucking flex way, but I just like,
No, that's really good.
um,
Got to start doing that.
I like treating people in all senses of life.
Right. So that's a good thing.
Yep.
I'm going to go for my bad. I'm going to say what's on the top of my head, but
Go on.
it's almost like it's just awkward to say it because it is just kind of actually bad. And like it's almost, yeah. I'm not very good at like when things are going tough in my life, I think I really rely on my partner to help. I think that's fair.
Mhm.
And I think if I don't feel like I'm getting that, I think I can react a bit too harshly
Okay.
on them. That's the first thing. And the second thing is I can become very self-involved when things are going bad with me. And I can accidentally stop thinking about them.
That's
Yeah.
identical. That's one of mine.
Is it?
Yeah, really bad for that. Like if my work life isn't going well, it stresses me out, and then I let that feed into a relationship sometimes.
Yeah, which is tough.
Which is bad.
It's tough that we treat the ones closest to us the worst sometimes, Sam, isn't it?
Yeah, deep. And then also, I sometimes think I get too complacent.
Yeah.
I feel like, I just get complacent in relationships.
You take it for granted.
Yep.
And as a whole, or like you just think because they're there all the time, you just get used to it. Like, what do you mean?
What do I mean?
Or is it like you're just shagging all the time and you just like, oh, I get sex whenever I want? That kind
No,
of
it's
thing?
like I feel like there's been a few times where I've just stopped trying, and my especially like with work, social, etc. I feel like, and this has been a note for myself going into this new year, I need to focus on my relationships and my health before I focus on work.
Okay, yeah.
Which for COVID as a whole, in my mind, that was like, right, let's ramp up a career. Let's build a career out of nothing. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. And that was my focus. And I feel like that's why my previous relationship turned into a best mates rather than a romantic thing.
Okay, yeah.
And that was entirely my fault.
Yeah.
Because I was more involved in not like wanting to go viral or anything, but more involved in wanting to create a career ASAP that I let the relationship fall by the wayside a little bit, and it became just like a mate that would help.
Is there any way that they could stop that process? Like, it's not because you don't like them enough. You know, like,
yeah,
if they get too kind of clingy in that situation, does that put you off even more?
Yes. So it's when people outwardly show that they're unhappy with how much I'm working, that almost pushes me away more.
Yeah.
And then it makes me almost like a spoiled brat. Made me want to work more.
Yeah, well, the bottom line has to be support.
Yeah.
It has to be like whatever your partner is doing, you're like, you know, I understand this is important to you, so I support that. And then the second point is, but can you also consider this or consider me or whatever? I think it has to be that order.
Yeah.
What's the most important thing for you from a partner? Striking out support, because everyone wants support.
Yeah.
And it can be something frivolous. It can be like, I want them to make me breakfast, or it can be like sex is important, or trust is important, or humor, or whatever. What is it for you?
Good fucking question. You said support, but that's obvious. Support has to be there. I feel like humor is a big thing for me.
Yeah.
if I laugh at them and they're laughing at me, I feel like, right, two things: humor and self-care. If they either are like uncomfortable in their own body, or like, that's not me saying they can't be overweight. Like, if they're overweight and they fucking are happy, and they look after themselves and they're at a weight that they're happy with, and they're comfortable in their own body, that's fucking sexy.
Yeah, completely.
But if I've been with girls that are in great shape but are unhappy with how they look.
Completely, yeah.
And that is, it's not there's only so many times you can tell someone, you look unbelievable.
Yeah.
You look fucking unbelievable. I wouldn't be with you if I didn't think you looked unbelievable.
Yeah.
But that's
I'd
something
be gone
that they
real quick. If you look shit, I'd be gone.
Yeah. But there's something in they need to work on in themselves that you can't help with, and there's only so many times that you can tell someone that they're
body
amazing.
dysmorphia.
Yeah, it's like bigorexia in men that are like, oh, I feel small. But
yeah, I've got that. I'm actually really big.
You're a fucking dench, mate.
My biggest, the thing I need in a partner, I wouldn't say from a partner, but in a partner, is I need someone. You're just going to think this is obvious.
Go on.
I need someone to be proactive and organized. I just need someone.
Yeah.
I don't need them to have my life. I don't need them to be. I like to get up in the morning, go gym. I like to blah blah blah. I don't need them to get up with me and go to the gym or do the things that I do. But I want them to be organized and proactive in whatever it is they do. Even if that's reading.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be active.
No.
Even if it is active, swimming, whatever. Or even if it's like they fucking love theatre. And they're really proactive about, like, I want to see this, I'm reading up on this. Like, I want them to have a passion, and I want them to be into it, and I want them to have the energy to do it in the day and get up in the morning and do it. I can't be with people who are lazy, essentially. I really don't like that. And that's not to say can't have like a lion or something. I love having a lion.
Yeah.
I just mean like their energy in the day.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's another thing. If you're with someone that's aspirational and they know where they want to go, they might not be on the right path currently. They might be climbing the wrong ladder right now.
Or maybe they're where they're happiest. It's
Yeah,
just like so long as they're kind of driven in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is sexy.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Having someone know, like I said, like even if they're in the complete wrong industry, but they're doing it to get by for the time being, but they know they want to be a painter.
Yeah.
And what they're doing is they're getting home early, practicing at home. They love their stuff. They're asking for your feedback. They're getting you involved. That's attractive.
For sure. For sure.
When someone has a dream.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, both of us, we're big kids.
Yeah.
They're just like spending money on food and shagging.
Yeah. Yeah. So I want you to kind of close out the app. I want you to tell me if you wanted me to shag you tonight.
Yeah.
I want you to tell me a 3-step date that you would do. And I want you to go into the gory details. Like, how would you woo me?
Oh, how would I woo you?
How would you woo me to shag you
3
tonight?
dates or 3?
3 steps in the date. So we're going to go here and do this. We're going to go there and do that. And then we're going to go there and do that.
Oof.
Or you can do 2 steps. Do whatever steps you want.
I would take you to a session.
CrossFit.
Maybe CrossFit or like an endurance class.
I'm surprised. I'm already in.
Yeah, I know. It might be like a BXR, like or a Barry's or something.
Yeah.
You know, like a more like you're on your own, but you can still see each other. You can still train together. You're in a group environment, so it doesn't feel like there's pressure. Because I feel like a lot of people build up so much hype. They buy a new shirt, they get a new haircut, they do their mustache, they trim their pubes, and then they go for a sit-down dinner on the first date, and it's like, whoa, fucking hell! It feels like an interview. I've done that before, and it never works.
Yeah.
So I feel like training together, get sweaty, see each other look ugly, shower, go get maybe a brunch.
Oh, we're doing a morning date, are we?
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, you said you'd like someone organised.
Yeah.
I'm up early.
Jesus. Getting a bit hard.
Maybe a brunch and then get a takeaway coffee and walk.
And then when are we shagging?
Oh, do we have to shag?
Yeah, you gotta woo me to shag me.
On first date?
No, well, whenever.
Oh, right.
You've known me a while now.
Oh, well, I'm not shagging you in Richmond Park.
No, you're taking me back to yours for a shag.
Maybe.
Don't. Okay, my turn.
Yeah, go on, your turn. Right, 3 steps, or how many other stages you want?
I'll just see how it
Woo
goes.
the fuck out of me.
So
go.
I think I want to show you somewhere you've never seen.
Go on.
Well, I'm thinking something that's kind of maybe a bit tacky, but could be seen as classy depending on where you look at it.
Hackney.
I'm talking Hackney Marsh, top of St Paul's, top of the Sky Garden, top of the Shard. I want to take you somewhere where you'd be like, oh, this is nice, and you must have booked it quite a while in advance, or something like that. You know?
Well, you did send me the Google invite 4 days ago.
Yeah, it tells you exactly what we're going to be doing. Be here. Yeah, so we're going to go do that, and then I will have booked a nice restaurant nearby wherever that is, and we're going to go do that, and we're going to go eat. And at the restaurant, I'm already going to have checked the menu, and I'm going to what?
I have a question.
Go on then.
At this restaurant,
Yeah,
how are you treating me? Are you dictating kind of the order? Have you been to this restaurant before? Are you going to go, I had this before, I like this?
Yes, so I'm taking you to a restaurant that I love, and I'm dictating the order because I already know what you like to eat, and I know your allergies.
Yeah.
So I'll order, and I'm being very, very courteous. You know, I'm opening doors. I'm what are the other things you can do to be courteous? I don't really know.
Close the doors if it's windy and cold
before you, or something like that.
Yeah. Passing the cutlery over the table.
And I'm being a really good listener, so I'm looking at you deep in your eyes. And
phone on do not disturb in your pocket.
Yeah, not
on the table.
No, I just constantly look at my Apple Watch. Like,
Sorry,
what was? Yeah. And I'll just be asking you deep questions. So say we've been on 1 or 2 dates where we'll be talking about quite frivolous things.
Okay.
And then this third date, I'm going to hit you with like, so how was your home life growing up? You know, that kind of thing. And we're
bringing up my divorced parents again.
Get you crying. Like, sorry, waiter. Yeah, no. I just want to talk about something deep. I don't really mind what that is. Just it feels like we've had a connection.
Nice.
Getting a bit woozy. Have a bottle of wine, just a bottle, because we're going to go to a cocktail bar after.
Whoa.
Obviously, it's going to be a nice unknown cocktail bar, swanky, probably somewhere in Soho. Going to get a bit tizzled up there until we're close. Probably got our hands on each other's legs, and we're wanting to go at that point.
Yeah.
And then we leave. And what do? Do we take the tube? No. Do we take an Uber? No. Don't want to wait on a street corner. Do we? Oh, what reg is it? What a fucking turn off. We walk out straight into a black cab.
Yeah.
Fondle in the black cab.
More space as well, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Put your legs out. And come back and have sex in my favourite position. Does that sound good?
All right.
Should we do it tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair?
I think it's very fair.
Thank you for coming to Fram Cornsquith. This is Sam Cornforth.
This is Fred Asquith.
Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
Also, take all this with a pinch of salt. We're not, what are they? Relationship gurus.
I am.